Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for participating in the Cinemark Strategic Management Case. My name is Micah Nickerson. I am the sole person in this group that will be introducing this case. Let me give you a little bit more information about myself. I am an elementary school educator. I am currently located at Fort Bend ISD. I have been an educator at Fort Bend ISD for 7 years, teaching in class 5th grade as well as 4th grade math and science. I have also worked in HISD, and which is Houston Independent School District. There I have worked for 3 years in a middle school setting. I was also PLC team leader for 6th grade. And previously before that, I was an educator at Alief ISD as a character education instructor. Today we will be presenting a Cinemark strategic management plan, and here is the presentation outline for this evening. We will be going over the vision as well as the mission statements for Cinemark Holdings. We will also do a Cinemark Holdings company overview. We will conduct an internal assessment as well as an external assessment. We will also have an analysis of the SWOT, which is meaning the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, as well as go over strategies for the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. We will also go over annual recommendations, and then we will conclude this evening's agenda. Before we go over the vision and mission statement of Cinemark Holdings, let me give you a little background of the actual company itself. Cinemark was established by founder Lee Roy Mitchell in 1984. Mitchell began building movie theaters in different states such as California, Utah, and Texas. He began his business with the original vision of bringing high-quality, modern movie theater entertainment to underserved markets in the United States. As one of the innovators to introduce stadium-style seating in the early 90s, Mitchell was instrumental in acquiring several theaters to the Cinemark brand. These theaters consisted of Rave from Dallas, Movie Co. from Florida, Oakland Park, as well as other theaters from the New England area. These acquirements added over 120 theaters to the Cinemark Holding brand. Vision statement analysis. Currently, according to the Cinemark website, there is not a vision or a mission statement. However, there is a statement that would be considered very similar or close to Cinemark's vision. It reads as follows: Cinemark has a unique operating philosophy which combines finding the right markets in which to expand, having high quality, right-sized theaters, and a strong operating discipline, resulting in strong operating performance. We, Cinemark, have grown through organic expansion and selective acquisitions, creating a diverse footprint of high-growth markets with superior demographics. Cinemark has established this statement sort of as a vision or a mission. However, according to David and David, the remarks that they have given in their instruction book Cinemark should create a new vision statement in order to build a foundation for the company to set a goal and objective. I have suggested an example of a vision statement that will help improve the vision for Cinemark. We pride ourselves in bringing the most advanced movie experience to those who love entertainment. As I stated earlier, there was not a previous mission statement on the Cinemark website. However, a mission statement is equally as important as the vision statement. According to Ebner and Smith, writing a mission statement requires looking at your business, purpose, values, and then editing the results to form a concise and clear statement. For Cinemark, a good quality mission statement would be similar to something like this. Globally, we provide high quality entertainment for families looking for fun outside of the norm. As we conclude the section on vision and mission statement, it is very clear that Cinemark requires and needs both a vision and a mission statement in order to be successful in the future and to obtain and successfully complete objectives and goals for their future. Internal analysis. According to the IFE matrix analysis, I being internal, we will go over the strengths and the weaknesses that are internal with the company Cinemark Holdings in order to be able to strategically plan objectives and goals. For this process, we have analyzed the strengths and weaknesses and came up with the top 10 in each category that will be well defined in order for us to do a deeper analysis. Cinemark's strength goes as follows. Number one, the biggest strength for Cinemark is that they are in the top 3 movie theater chains of all time. Number 2, Cinemark has increased steadily their international ticket sales globally. Number 3, Cinemark is the number 1 theater with the access and technology to present 4D movies. Number 4, Cinemark is number 1 or number 2 in box office revenue. Number 5, Cinemark is presently opening even more theaters during the COVID-19 pandemic. Number 6, Cinemark is releasing constantly new releases and new movies of the box office hits. Number 7, newer restaurant-style theaters have been opening with Cinemark trademarks. Number 8, Cinemark is now priding themselves with being one of the few theaters that has luxury recliner-style seating. Number 9, Cinemark theaters are presently located in 42 out of the 50 states in the United States. And number 10, the last strength for Cinemark Holdings is that they have the highest attendance record per screens among leading exhibitors. Cinemark Holdings weaknesses. Number 1, Cinemark has a U.S. ticket sales decline in movie sales. Number 2, Cinemark is declining in revenue by 2%. Number 3, the renovating cost for old theaters is becoming a problem financially for Cinemark Holdings. Number 4, one of the weaknesses for Cinemark is that there is a rising cost of renting and leasing theaters, which is affecting revenue. Number 5, currently there is a box office decline in movies. 6, Cinemark is currently losing patrons due to streaming devices. 7, the business of movies depends on film performances. 8, there is a fragile relationship between film distributors and the Cinemark movie theater. Number 9, there is a seasonal fluctuation between holidays and normal business days. And 10, one of the top 10 reasons or weaknesses that Cinemark Holding has is relationships with foreign policies regarding international movies. External analysis. Cinemark Holdings' external analysis consists of operations regarding opportunities and threats. Let us look at the top 10 opportunities that are affecting Cinemark Holdings. Number 1, streaming video game competitions. Number 2, switching from film to digital technology. Number 3, Cinemark is premium restaurant-style theaters. Number 4, opening in smaller markets that do not have premium theaters. Number 5, numerous small competitors have the desire to be acquired by Cinemark. Number 6, Cinemark is opening modern theater experiences in Latin America countries. 7, Cinemark is establishing more international markets as we speak. 8, Cinemark is opening their genre into now adding beer and liquor to movie theaters. Number 9, motion seating to sync with films, which corresponds with 4D technology. And 10, Cinemark has the opportunity to add even more IMAX theaters. As that concludes the opportunities, let us now dive into Cinemark Holdings threats. The number 1 threat to Cinemark Holdings is the streaming services such as Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus. Number 2, one of the biggest threats currently is the pandemic COVID-19 virus. 3, there's steadily been a decline in movie ticket sales. 4, Cinemark Holdings is also threatened by services such as Redbox and other rental movie services. Number 5, many stores are now having larger, affordable, high-definition televisions, which is becoming a threat to Cinemark Holdings. Number 6, many of the patrons are now watching movies on mobile devices. 7, one of the biggest threats to Cinemark is IPTV, as well as cable services such as AT&T, Xfinity, and Comcast. Number 8, YouTube services, as well as social media sites, are becoming a huge threat to Cinemark Holdings. Number 9, the financial market crisis are fluctuating the revenue and becoming a threat to Cinemark Holdings. And 10, currently there is a high unemployment rate due to the pandemic, as well as losses of businesses, which is having a direct effect as a threat to Cinemark Holdings. SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. With these analysis, we have combined strengths and opportunity strategies, strengths and threat strategies, weakness and opportunity strategies, as well as weakness and threat strategies. We have come up with 4 strategies for each section. Strength and opportunity strategies. Number 1, Cinemark is expanding customers from moviegoers to video gamers, with the strength and the opportunity of expanding from movies to video game competitions is a plus for Cinemark. Number 2, the increase of international sales as well as the building of newer theaters. Number 3, at the new box office releases, each hit will now be accompanied with the access to purchase beer or liquor at the movie theaters. Number 4, Cinemark Holdings will now equip each theater with luxury seatings after they purchase or acquire mini theaters from smaller markets. Cinemark Holdings strengths and threats strategies. Number 1, Cinemark will promote more luxury style seating. Number 2, Cinemark will present newer restaurant style theaters, not only in the US, but international as well. Number 3, Cinemark Holdings will have better movie experiences with the introduction of 4D technology. And number 4, Cinemark Holdings will increase revenue despite the closing of several businesses beyond COVID-19. Cinemark Holdings weaknesses and opportunity strategies. Number 1, Cinemark will promote internationally during several of the larger holiday seasons. Number 2, instead of just showing movies, Cinemark will now open up its doors to host sporting events as well as pay-per-view events. Number 3, Cinemark will now begin creating avenues to sell beer and liquor, similar to the sporting activities. And number 4, with the use of IMAX theaters, Cinemark Holdings will increase their revenue. And finally, for our SWOT analysis matrix, we combine the weaknesses and the threats strategies for Cinemark Holdings. Cinemark number 1 will ensure customer service and the safety of patrons regarding COVID-19 experiences. Number 2, Cinemark will now begin establishing stronger and solid relationships with film distributors. Number 3, with the advancement of the technology of 4D theaters, Cinemark will now expand 4D to normal and more theaters. Number 4, Cinemark will now begin competing with streaming by utilizing the advanced technology of 3D, 4D, and IMAX. With the analysis of the SWOT matrix, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, Cinemark Holdings can now go over and adjust and establish annual objectives. There are 3 primary annual objectives that we have set for Cinemark. The first and primary objective is to create an extraordinary theater experiences for the guests. That would mean to increase 4D technology in more theaters. That would also mean to increase patrons' avenues for luxury style seating, as well as restaurant style theaters and different avenues to promote beer and liquor. Number 2, the second objective for Cinemark is to deepen and expand on the engagement with the guests. That means that more digital discounts, more digital sales, the increasing genre of video game competitions, as well as more advancements in technology. Number 3, the third objective is to actively pursue organic growth opportunities, which means not only have we expanded, or Cinemark has expanded into Latin American countries, but they need to expand into more international countries and provide them with luxury style seating, restaurant styles, as well as 4D technology. In conclusion, as Cinemark continues to hold on to its top spot in the movie theater chain business, it is important that they improve in several different areas. We have 4 indicated suggestions of areas that Cinemark can improve on. Number 1, they must be able to compete with streaming platforms such as Hulu, Netflix, Roku, Disney Plus. They must be able to provide the best form of entertainment possible for all moviegoers. Number 2, Cinemark must also expand outside the national market. The United States is just the beginning, but internationally, Cinemark seems to have addressed these issues and have expanded in Latin American countries. Cinemark must expand even more into more Asian countries, more African countries, and the list goes on. In order to see continuous growth, Cinemark also must, number 3, aggressively pursue the latest technology for movie distribution. Not only must they be able to have a great rapport and relationship with film directors as well as film distributors, they must take advantage of the 4D technology that they possess that will allow patrons to sync live events with atmospheric settings such as rain, fog, mist, smell, movement. With the addition of IMAX theaters as well as 3D technology, Cinemark has the market cornered with technology advancement. Number 4, Cinemark must still be aware of the COVID COVID-19 pandemic. COVID has affected the world tremendously. It has closed down several businesses, and even Cinemark fell victim to closing because of the COVID-19 scare. Being that COVID is still present today, Cinemark has been successfully able to open staggeredly several theaters across the country. It is a must that Cinemark provides a solid plan of safety to ensure patrons that they will not come across the virus at their locations. Employee safety as well as consumer safety is essential during this crisis. By accomplishing these goals and more, Cinemark can see vast improvements with the upcoming year. All goals and strategies will be assessed within a year. As we close on Cinemark Holdings' strategic management plan, I will conclude that this has been entertaining as well as a learning experience. As one of the top 3 movie theater chains, Cinemark has been successful in navigating its business in the up position during a pandemic crisis, a big box office movie decline, as well as the increase of streaming services in mobile devices, as well as on larger, cheaper, financially high-definition televisions. Cinemark Holding continues to strive, and we look to see more success for them in the future. This is Micah Nickerson, and I thank you.